Hello, my name is Sean and this is Cruise Through Life. Today I'm going to give you my thoughts on Celebration Key. The good, the bad, and the B. So let's start off with the good. The good news is that this is an absolutely gorgeous private destination. Okay, the lagoon is beautiful. The sandcastle is just so cool to see in person. It's massive, the slides, all of it. It's a beautiful, beautiful destination. I will put a link to my tour video of the island down below and probably up here in the card, maybe up here. I can never keep track of which side it is. But I will put that in there, so check that out if you're interested in Celebration Key. The staff was absolutely phenomenal. As with all Carnival staff, the staff on Celebration Key really did a great job of taking care of the guests and our needs. They really worked very hard, were very helpful. It was fabulous, just absolutely fabulous on Celebration Key. Unfortunately though, that's where most of the good ends. Moving into the bad of it, there is a lot of nickel and diming at Celebration Key. The food situation is confusing. I'll get into that in a little bit. But everything is a surcharge. There is no included drink package, nor is it on any of Carnival's private islands, but you would think you're paying all of this money for a drink package to be able to use that on your vacation. This is a place that's run by Carnival. Why can't you use your drink package? So it would be really nice to see that be corrected, being able to use the drink package. It is also very expensive on Celebration Key. I got a screwdriver, double vodka, and they did use Grey Goose. I will throw it out there. They did use Grey Goose, which is more of a top shelf vodka. But I'll put the receipt up here that you can see it came out to 85-ish, I think, Bahamian dollars, somewhere around there, which comes out to like, I think on my credit card statement, it came out to like $65, which is expensive. Well, that was actually for 2 drinks. That was mine, my double screwdriver, and Mom got a frozen Bahama Mama, I believe it was. But still, $65 for 2 drinks, even as doubles, is astronomical. So there's that. The food situation was confusing. You get the food voucher credit that's on your Sail and Sign card, and if you use that at the like traditional buffet style restaurant or at any of the food truck kind of venues, then your food is included. If you go to one of the more upscale sit down restaurants like Mingo's, which is what we did, you're supposed to get a 30% discount. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think that we got that discount. I don't have the receipt for that because that was a whole thing at Mingo's. But I think it cost me and Mom close to $150 for lunch. I mean, we got an appetizer, 2 entrees, and then we each had 2 drinks. And doing the math, $150 with you having a discount on top of that, I believe it's supposed to be a 30% discount too. That is not what that should have been. So I don't think that that's what we ended up happening for us. I don't think we got the discount, and we didn't eat anywhere else on the island, just at Mingo's. So it's not like we used our voucher somewhere else and then got food at Mingo's. That was all we ate. The prices for things on the island I also think are kind of insane as far as like cabanas or day beds. We rented a premium day bed. That wasn't actually that bad. I think it was $110 for the day for the two of us, which wasn't bad. The cabanas though were astronomically expensive. I considered getting one, and even the least expensive cabanas were more than the cost of the cruise for me and my mother. And that actually shows, because as I was walking around, I don't think I got much footage of it. I'll go back and look through what I have. But as I was walking around, I only saw one cabana that was occupied, and it was one of the super family cabanas, one of the big ones over the water. That was the only one that I saw. Every other single cabana that I walked past and paid attention to was empty. No one was there. Now, I did spend most of my time in Calypso Lagoon. I didn't do too much in Starfish other than when I was walking around, so there may have been more people over at the Starfish Lagoon side in cabanas, but I didn't see anyone in a cabana in Calypso other than that one family. And like I said, it was more than the cost of the cruise. I really seriously considered renting a cabana until I saw that, and I was like, I can't justify more than double, or not more than double, but more than the cost of my cruise for 5-6 hours at Celebration Key for a cabana. I just couldn't do it, so that's why we ended up doing the day bed. But everything is very expensive. Everything seems to be a surcharge, nickel and dime, and while I loved my time there and had a great time, it was expensive. Now, there are plenty of just regular day beds. If you want to do this as cheaply as you possibly can, you 100% can just go snag a day bed. Whatever you get is what you get. So, but you can go snag a day bed, spend your time in the lagoon, eat at the food trucks, for your one meal, and then you're good. But you have to be even careful with that too, because there is a donut place for the food trucks, and I believe you get 4 donuts with that. But if you go and do that, that's your food credit. So then when you go to get actual food, actual lunch, your food credit's gone, and then you have to pay for that. And that's something that I don't think that Carnival communicated very clearly with most people. So it's a very confusing setup. I don't think the staff knew everything either. I mean, I was there on the second day, so everything is new and fresh for everybody, including the staff. But I don't think that they even had this fully fleshed out yet. So maybe it'll be better given, a month or two, some time of it being open. But that was confusing. I don't like it. It was out there for me. The B in this, as you've probably heard from other YouTubers who have been to Celebration Key, or Celebration B as a lot of people are calling it, the B problem was nuts. Our daybed was right across from the swing bar, so pretty much first thing we did after I got back from doing my tour around Celebration Key is we put sunscreen on and we walked right across the lagoon to go to the swings bar, and there were just bees everywhere. They were flying around. They're getting in the flying around the drinks and the liquors, and you could see them in. Now it is separated for the frozen drink machine, so they weren't actually in with like the ice and everything else, but there's 2 pieces of plastic, and you could see bees climbing around in that. They couldn't actually get to the ice. The bartender there told me, like, yeah, they get in that part, but they can't actually get into the ice and the drinks, so that's good at least. But still, it's not something you really want to see. There was a point where we left the swing bar, we hung out at the daybed for a bit, and then we decided that we were going to go over to Mingo's, and Mom left like half of her Bahama Mama there, and when we came back, we were gone for a while. We were gone for probably 2.5 hours. But when we came back, there were like 5 or 6 bees drowning in her drink because they got stuck in it. So if you have a bee allergy, Celebration Key, be very careful. They are currently working on removing the bees and relocating them to another portion of the island on Grand Bahama, but when I was there, they were everywhere. I didn't get a lot of footage of it. In fact, the only footage I think I got of an actual bee where you could see it is when I was doing a time lapse, and that you see like a frame or two where there's a bee in front of the camera, but they were just absolutely everywhere. So I mean, just be careful out there, y'all. You, especially if you got a bee allergy, you don't want to get stung and, you know, have to deal with that while you're on vacation. Also, please carry travel insurance. You don't want that medical bill either if you have to go to get medical help on the cruise ship. So just be aware, be careful. Drink your drinks quickly so that bees don't get in them, especially if they're in more sweet stuff. Fortunately, I didn't really see any bees around any of the food areas that I was in. Mingo's seemed fairly safe from it because, and you know, it's the swim up bar, so there, I didn't really see any bees there around the water, but they were, or the deeper water anyway, I should say, but they were definitely there at Swing Bar. So we'll see what Carnival does about that. Overall, though, I really did genuinely enjoy my time at Celebration Key. I want to go back. I'm looking forward to going back. I hope they lower some of the prices of things. Maybe change the drink package thing, although I don't think that's going to happen because they don't do it at Half Moon Key either. So who knows? We'll see. But it was a gorgeous resort, destination, whatever you want to call it. I'm looking forward to going back, see what they do with the place. I hope I see you on board sometime soon.